This is a review of a little booklet that I got yesterday in conjunction with the Pacific Northwest Conference on Primal People DVD set. It's called Finding Sasquatch. It's by Thom Cantrall, and he even signed it for me. Proving Sasquatch, and there's Pete Travers' sketch layover of Patty's face, the Patterson-Gimlin film. And there's a good little primer in here right at the beginning about the Patterson-Gimlin film. There are statements from Jeff Meldrum. There's also Bill Munns, Dr. Andrew Nelson, also from the Sasquatch Legend Meets Science documentary. There's, muscle bulge is discussed, which I think is all important. But there's also comments from John Chambers, interestingly enough. As we all know, he was alleged by a few in Hollywood to have been the guy who allegedly built the suit, the supposed suit for the Patterson-Gimlin film. And there's quite a bit of there's quite a bit about. Sorry, it's kind of hard to hold this booklet and the camera at the same time, and I had to wipe. I thought I had something on my camera lens, so y'all have to bear with me here. It's a bit of a blooper. I'm gonna leave it in though. I'm gonna leave the blooper in. But and there's comments also from a Dr. Scott Lind, and also Emmy Award-winning animator Joe Russo, who attempted to train an athlete to walk with the same compliant gait we see in the Patterson-Gimlin film, and they were unsuccessful. And they concluded that it was impossible for a human to exactly duplicate the walking motion of the creature in the Patterson-Gimlin film. And then a costume designer for the Jim Henson Creature Shop named Peter Brook performed an analysis, concluded that there are three notable features in the film. Their arm length, the firm musculature underneath, and hair adheres to the body beneath. By the way, all of this entire booklet is basically a compilation of Thom Cantrall's presentation at the recent Pacific Northwest Conference on Primal People. And that's a sketch by Alex Evans right there. There's some artwork by Alex Evans. And there's also the IM index, the intermembral index, which has been quite important in recent years, which establishes that it's absolute proof in the PG film itself that it can't be a person in a suit. That the Sasquatch IM is 84, Gorilla's IM is 122, Chimpanzee's IM is 108, and humans is only 72. And even the height was sort of estimated from basic mathematics. And the creature was found to perhaps have a height of anywhere between 7'4" and 8 feet tall. Of course, that's given that we're talking about a creature that does not stand up fully straight. It's not standing fully straight when we see it when we see her walking. So she may have a walking height of about 7'4", and she may indeed have been 8 feet tall. There's also a section on footprints. and how the footprints, especially the ones with dermal ridges, play into the proof of the Sasquatch. Jimmy Chilcutt's work is examined on that, and it is referenced. Also, Dr. Henry Fehrenbach. Also, of course, Dr. Jeff Meldrum. And also, there's a section on DNA evidence. And DNA cannot prove anything, apparently. That's what Thom Cantrall was saying. But he references the work of Dr. Craig Newton and also Dr. Kurt Nelson. And also with Rick Knoll. And also Dr. Melba Ketchum. So really, this is a really interesting little primer about proof of the Sasquatch. And even though this isn't really written, this isn't really written for the veteran Sasquatch researcher, because we're pretty much convinced. But for those, let's say you got a skeptical brother-in-law, which that's who basically this is designed for, or a skeptical member of the family, or maybe even a buddy that's skeptical. You give this to them. Thom says if when they learn how to read, they can read this, and they can they're no longer arguing with Thom Cantrall, no longer arguing with you when you hand this to them. They're going against Jeff Meldrum, Andrew Nelson, John Chambers, Scott Lynn, Joe Russo, Henry Fehrenbach, Jimmy Chilcutt, Craig Newton, Kurt Nelson, Melba Ketchum. So really, this is designed more with the skeptic in mind, and I think it's a terrific little booklet. And you can actually get it by going to www.ghostsofrubyridge.com/Sasquatch. And the booklet it's relatively cheap. I think it's $5 or something like that. You can get more information on the price of it at that website that I just gave you. So all in all, I really did enjoy this little booklet. I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10 stars. It really does a good job of giving you basic information on the Sasquatch. It's good for the skeptical person in your life. Yeah, I recommend it. I do recommend getting it.